Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. Now in today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through a full day of eating. Recently, I decided to add more calories to my diet just because I was coming in at different weights like every single morning. Like my weight was fluctuating so much, and I was like, okay, this is just not holding in well. Like some mornings I was like 175, one morning I was like 180, and so that fluctuation just wasn't promising to me. So I was like, I'd rather be a little overweight before the competition. For those who don't know, I have a powerlifting meet coming up, and I just wanted to be overweight rather than underweight, because being underweight sucks because you have to weigh in the morning and you don't want to like stuff your stomach with food and then have to go lift. So I'd much rather try to like lose weight before the competition. But anyway, we're starting out with like pretty much the same breakfast as I was having in my previous full day of eating, except we've changed a couple things around. Instead of just having protein, I decided to mix some peanut butter into my oats just for those extra calories, and then I decided to have a banana instead of an apple. I was having 2 apples a day, just switched it to having 1. Apples are just really expensive, so I was like, all right, bananas are way cheaper than apples and the calories are very close, so I'm just gonna start having bananas in the morning. As always, we have 3 eggs. I've been doing 3 eggs every single morning, so nothing's really changed there with that. I guess this is kind of like also a part of my breakfast, you could say. It does contribute to like 110 calories of the full day of eating. So I have some greens right here by Transparent Labs, and then I also have some vitamins. These don't have the calories at all, but if you guys are wondering what these are, I got some vitamin D right here, fish oil, joint support, and then vitamin C. Also, I should mention this, I have my tea. Some of you guys know I've been drinking yerba mate lately, and then I mix in like a teaspoon of tea in with that, so that's where another part of the calories come in. The total calories and macros for this meal will be on the screen. This is also going to be my pre-workout meal for today. So if you guys are, working out in the morning as well and you want to have this breakfast, make sure you guys are giving yourself like an hour and a half for this to digest, because this is kind of like a larger meal and you do want it to digest so that when you go into your workout, your blood isn't all in your stomach and it's actually going to your muscles. We got about 30 minutes till we got to go to the gym, and we're going to be doing some, what is on the menu today? I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. Now, it has been a super long time since I've recorded any sort of shoulder workout today. I'll just give you guys the entire shoulder workout. It's nothing, I would say, too like insane and whatnot. I've been trying to keep it a little on the downside with my shoulders a little bit. Obviously the workout is still intense, but I don't want to put too much tension and pressure on my shoulders, especially with our lifting meet coming up. So it's still a good workout, still training a little bit heavy, but trying not to injure myself, injure my shoulders, especially coming into this meet. My front delts are always really tender, so trying to be careful of that. I'm gonna be starting off with some dumbbell press, just basic overhead dumbbell press, and then we'll move over to some lateral raises and then some other accessory work. One suggestion I want to give you guys really quick, especially when you're using this machine, because I usually use this one and someone else was on it for a while. When you're using this machine right here, which a lot of people use, I used to have a tendency to grip this with like the force of 800 men. And I realized that it was taking energy out of the actual workout. So it even says on here to grip the handles lightly. That's a takeaway, exerting energy into the handles and exert more of the energy into actually doing the workout. Something that'll definitely help you a lot in terms of just getting more reps, having more energy for this lift, and overall improvement to your muscle and doing the workout just more efficiently. We're gonna finish up traps right now. I usually do like a 5 by 6 to 8 with like a drop set of the 45-pound plates. I'm not recording this because when you're doing traps, it looks like you're trying to take the most massive shit of your life, and I just feel like I don't want to record that and put it on camera for you guys to see. I mean, I don't really care, I've done it before, but yeah, it's just not fun to record.
Welcome, value added.
That is such a weird intro, but you can keep it. Oh, just trying to make a transition, and just that was awkward. Anyway, so this is gonna be the new, not post-workout meal, because like I said, the burrito has lately been my post-workout meal. It's just gonna be another meal that I implement during the day. We're getting rid of the Kodiak pancakes, like I said. I heard that the amino branch profile of the protein on it was just not that good of quality, and so the protein in it really isn't that great. I still like them. I probably will still enjoy them occasionally, but for right now, I'm just gonna try to change up and see if I notice any difference in my training and or physique. So we're gonna do some chicken and rice, typical old chicken and rice. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make good chicken, because I don't want you guys to eat terrible chicken, okay? I've learned from my mistakes. I remember I used to leave chicken in the oven for way too long, and it would come out and it would literally be like jerky. It'd be so damn dry. I remember one time I was actually eating chicken at my dad's store where I used to work, and my break was only 10 minutes, and so I would literally take water and eat the chicken because the chicken took so long to chew because it's so dry. Anyway, enough about dry chicken. So we're only gonna make one breast today. I'll meal prep all the rest of this tomorrow. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start off by cutting your chicken breast in half. You don't have to get a close up of this. I saw you getting closer. And this isn't necessarily where everything comes into play, but I will say cutting your chicken breast in half will help a lot with the cooking, because what I tend to notice happens, especially with chicken breast, is the outside gets too cooked and too dry, and then the inside will either be too raw or just not the texture I like. Definitely cutting in half will help with the cooking. And then what we're gonna be doing is I mixed some of this Frank's Red Hot in a little bowl right here, along with some salt and some black pepper. I use majority of Frank's Hot, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of black pepper in here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your chicken halves. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna lightly coat it onto the chicken like so. You don't need to do both sides, you can just need to do one side. I don't need to season both sides of my chicken. I found just one side works well. You can do both sides if you want. I just feel like sometimes that can be too salty for me. Over here, we got the pan going. We got it going on medium heat, and we're gonna lightly put some olive oil on it. I'll show you guys how much. It's lightly, so this is lightly to me. 1, 2, 3. Boom, that's it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the chicken breast, like so. Oh, I think she got some of that Frank's Red Hot in her nose. Sorry, Bean. And then you're just gonna let that sizzle. Ooh, I feel like I'm on a cooking show. I haven't done a taste test yet, by the way. Your chicken on the inside is supposed to be completely white like this. This looks good, but does it taste good? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I'm honest on this channel. You should probably get a season packet for this. Not that this is bad or anything. It's just it didn't turn out the way that I thought it was gonna turn out. Maybe more Frank's Red Hot would like make this better. I just don't think it's a really good seasoning for chicken. I feel like this is better for like ground meat and steak. I've used it on steak before and it tastes amazing on steak. I'm not saying that this is bad again, but yeah. So anyway, I didn't eat the whole chicken breast. We're only having half the chicken breast just because it would have been way too many calories compared to the Kodiak cakes. I essentially just tried to kind of swap certain things for this meal. I did increase the calories slightly with this, but I was just trying to get the same macros kind of as well, even though I did increase the calories. We also have a 3/4 cup of rice, Chobani yogurt still, and protein from Transparent Labs, the oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, which is amazing. This is with water and it tastes good by itself. So Total calories and macros for this meal will be up on the screen. Like I said, I'm gonna see how this impacts my weightlifting and whatnot, and just see if it actually has an impact, if I think it's actually going to. If not, I'm probably gonna switch back to the Kodiak cakes because it's cheaper. All right, so turns out I actually didn't even have rice, so I could have made like the next meal that I was gonna show you guys, but it just, you know, it just didn't
What are you talking about, man?
work out. So we have this burrito. I don't know if I've included the burrito in my full day of eating or not. I recently changed the meat source from ground beef to ground bison. I used to do 85-15 ground beef, but now I'm on 90-10 ground bison. You can really only find ground bison for like a 90-10 mix, I think. I don't think there's any other place that has like 85-15. If you have 85-15, maybe pick that up just because it's a little more fattier and a little more dense. And so this is my burrito. What it consists of is we got a cup of rice, a half cup of black beans. I have these black beans. I gotta show you guys 1 second. These black beans right here, they're with garlic, onions, and spices. Now, the reason I say to get these ones is because the other black beans that you guys are probably used to having, which are just regular black beans, don't have the same flavor, and this just helps so much with flavor and just makes the burrito overall that much better. And then we have 1 serving of ground bison, which is about 4 ounces. We also have some reduced fat Mexican shredded cheese on this, and to top it all off, we are going to use about 2 tablespoons of guacamole. But yeah, the total calories and macros for this burrito will be up on the screen for you guys. Also, I use the larger tortillas. I should probably show you guys because I don't want you guys to use like the smaller ones because everyone's more familiar with the smaller ones. You want to get the 8-count ones that are the blue wrap. The difference between the blue and the yellow orangish wrap that they have is that these ones are bigger. Doesn't really matter if you get flour or whatever kind of tortilla, just as long as it's the 210 calorie ones. I know they have the spinach ones. I used to use those, but they just got way too expensive. My sister's boyfriend, literally as I'm eating, pulls up with these donuts, knowing damn well I can't have any.
Really?
What do you mean, really? When have you ever seen me eat donuts?
Never.
Exactly. Well, except for after my bodybuilding show. Yo, this is actually so tight. I think this whole little gimrack right here is so dope that like holds the GoPro on the thing. And by the way, I used to think when the light was on when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure everyone's parents told them this, that, oh, we can't have the light on when we're driving because it's illegal. It's actually not illegal. Because why else would they have this light?
Love you.
All right, I don't know why JB came on. Okay, right now we're just going to Bubba's house. Obviously we already worked out. Well, I worked out today. I don't know if he worked out today. We didn't work out together today, but I'm heading over right now. I'm just having a quick little snack. Got this apple right here, and then I also got this protein bar, the RX bars. You guys know me. Love the RX bars. Unfortunately, and I think this happened, I think Transparent Labs discontinued their protein bars, which for me is actually really upsetting just because I loved their uncut protein bars, especially just like the chocolate chip one. I mean, both of them were actually good, which sucks, but I've been having this, like I said, RX bar and the apple for a snack. You guys know me, I always do this for a snack. Then also, gotta stay hydrated. I try to drink a gallon every single day. The only problem that I have with drinking a gallon every day isn't the gallon itself. Like, I could do this easily, no problem. It's just when it's out of my sight, it's out of my mind. So like, I'll sit down and I'll start editing and stuff, and then as soon as I do that and I don't have my jug with me, like a few hours will go by and then I become behind, and then it's hard for me to finish. But good thing I'm not like 75 hard right now, or else I would have failed this multiple times already. But I'm getting always all the way down below to like right here at least. So definitely include that in your eating, especially if you're kind of like more on like the bulking side of calories, because you're naturally just going to be consuming more sodium, and you want to be able to flush that stuff out as well, or else you're just going to retain a whole crap ton of water. I'm going to go to Bubba's, hang out there with him and his family. My family's hanging out with him too. So see you guys in a bit. Till then, stay lit. Welcome to a couple days later. That night I went and had dinner at Bubba's parents' house, and obviously I'm not going to be in the middle of dinner being like, all right guys, now you know my total calories and macros for this meal. You know, I'm not going to be that guy at like a family gathering, you know, just not an appropriate time to be recording and whatnot. Today I'm gonna make you guys a dinner that I would normally have. Now for this dinner, as you guys saw, we have a piece of steak right here. It is a New York strip piece of steak. Now I know what you're thinking, that's kind of expensive. Well, I got it for 30% off and it was buy one, get one free. So I got this for pretty dang cheap, like 12 bucks. Still, honestly, like thinking about it, I'm like, dang, that's still like expensive piece of meat just for like one sit down. So I probably won't do that again. But just try to get some sort of red meat. I just want you guys to kind of follow the calories for this meal, not necessarily like, oh, you have to get a steak. Just try to get some sort of red meat. It can be really inexpensive. You can get some ground beef if you want. Just follow the calories and macros for this. Wondering what seasonings I use this Frank's Red Hot, and I use this salt as well, and a little bit of black pepper. Now this right here is more like a rub than it is like a seasoning. You have to like actually rub it in. So I don't know why I'm giving you guys a whole analysis of it, but this tastes really good on red meat. Don't put this on chicken. I did that in another video, and it actually, well, I did it in this video and it actually isn't that good. And there's a mess I gotta clean up. All right. Woo! Man, I'm a little nervous, I ain't gonna lie. Also, by the way, I do want to mention that we weren't just having steak for dinner. We are also having a packet of Uncle Ben's rice. The one I'm having today is like the cilantro lime. I always try to get the Uncle Ben's packet of rice with less sodium because they are packed with sodium. They have like half your day's worth value of like sodium in them. And just knowing that I'm eating that much sodium is disgusting. So I always try to get the ones with like the lower amount of sodium. Not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know if this is one of them. I just picked it out. The store didn't really even pay attention to what one I was grabbing, grabbed it and just walked off. Anyway, enough about the rice. Let's get into the real test of how this thing cooked. I'm so nervous because I feel like I cooked it a little too hot. So either it's just gonna be all the way cooked through, or I don't know. Looking solid. That looks good. Now I gotta pick up a ton of rice. The total calories and macros for this meal, because I know I'm gonna get distracted and just start eating this, and I wanna make sure I give you guys the calories, and I also wanna make an emphasis that you guys just follow the calories for this meal, not exactly the meal for meal, if that makes sense. Like, you guys don't have to get a New York strip steak. The total calories and macros for this meal are 860 total calories, consisting of 53 grams of protein, 73 grams of carbohydrates, and 38 grams of fat. I always like to save a more dense meal for dinner just because I use up so much calories during the day, and when I wake up, I tend to wake up very hungry, so having a very, I would say, dense dinner helps to keep me, I would say, held over all the way up until the morning. That is going to wrap up today's full day of eating. If you guys are wondering what the total calories and macros are, it is 3,830, I just scrolled past, 3,838 total calories, consisting of 260 grams of protein, 411 grams of carbohydrates, and 124 grams of fat. And that is that, right? Big fat hugs. As always, if you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button because you guys know I will be back. And that trying to do what you love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.